Okay, so assalamu alaikum everyone again. So now I'm going to give you a quick revision of lesson 1.6 and 1.8, how to multiply and divide integers. So as you can see, for multiplying and dividing integers, we're following the same rule, which is same sign, we are happy. It means whenever you're multiplying two numbers, they have the same sign, or dividing two numbers with the same sign, the answer is always going to be positive. Okay? Same sign, we are happy. And remember, this fraction part is the same as division sign. So this is 72 divided by 8. Okay, guys? Next, different signs. If you are multiplying a negative with a positive, you're dividing a positive by a negative. It doesn't matter if the sign is up or down or only you got one sign here. The answer will always be negative. Okay? Keep it in your head, please. Same sign. We are happy. Positive. Different signs. We are sad. Negative. Okay, now let's apply these two rules. So these are the only two rules you need for multiplying and dividing integers. Same, positive, different, negative. Okay, let's move on. Let's start here. I have some questions I prepared for you to multiply. So, negative 6 times negative 2. So first I'm going to multiply 6 times 2. That will be 12. And they both have the same sign, so my answer will be positive. If you want to write positive or you don't want to write it, feel free not to. Okay, this is the same as 12. You can write it like that or like that. Okay, so same sign, we are happy, positive. Now, 4 times 8, that is 32. This is positive and this is negative, so we're not happy. The answer will be negative. Okay, 5 times 2, that's a 10. Negative and positive, the answer will be negative. Please, girls, please pay attention to this because you're multiplying, you're dividing correctly, but you keep on forgetting to put the sign. The sign has a mark on it, okay? I know it's not much, maybe 1/4 of a mark, but sure thing, it makes a difference. So please pay attention to the sign and don't forget it. Whether it was positive, positive you can forget it, but negative you can't. Okay, guys? So let's do the same here. 7 times 5, that's 35. I got positive and negative. The answer will be negative. Different signs, we are unhappy. Different, unhappy. Okay, guys? Let's remove the D because I don't want you to confuse it with add and subtract. Now, here I have 1 times 24, that's 24. Same sign, we are happy, so the answer will be positive. Negative times negative, they turn into positive. Okay, here when you have three numbers and you want to multiply them, always pick the easiest two, the smallest two. So I'm going to pick 5 and 2. So 5 times 2, that's a 10, and the sign will be negative. Then I will multiply it with negative 9. So ladies, be careful. This sign, the dot, it means it's the same as multiplication. Okay? The dot, it's the same as multiplication. And now I'm going to multiply, continue multiplication. 10 times 9, that's 90. Negative times negative, that will be positive. My answer is positive 90. Okay? Now, here we have a real life application. A football team lost the same number of yards on each 3 consecutive plays. What is the total change? Okay, so we can, by looking at the picture, they have been losing 6 yards each game. Okay, so that means negative 6 plus negative 6 plus negative 6. So on 3 consecutive plays, they lost negative 6 yards. Okay? So the total will be, you can use addition for that. They're all the same sign. I'm going to add 6 plus 6 plus 6, that's 18, and the sign will be negative. Okay, so most of you can solve it like that using repeated addition. But we have a shortcut, which is instead of repeated addition, adding the same number 3 times, we can simply what? What's the shortcut to addition? That will be multiplication. So simply we can say negative 6, because they lost it, times 3. because in 3 plays they lost 6 yards. So let's multiply 6 by 3, that's 18, and the sign will be negative because different signs. We are unhappy, we are negative. Okay, guys? So you can do like that or like that. Okay, always are correct. So here, this one, it's okay. We explained it. Yani, it's okay. I didn't bring such a question explanation. Okay, so which of these expressions have the same product as this one? So you'll need, in order to get to know this, you guys need to calculate it. Okay, 6 times 7, that's 42, and the sign will be negative. So you need to calculate each one of those and see which one will give you negative 42. Okay, and that's it. I will leave it for you. We did this one on the notebook and this one too. Okay, so now moving on to 1.8 divide integers, which is, we're gonna apply the same rules as multiplying integers. So let's do it, ladies. 18, again I repeat, this fraction bar means division. It's the division sign. Fraction bar, it's the same as the division. Okay, so 18 divided by 3, that's equal to 6, and the sign will be negative. Always, if you keep forgetting in division, especially if you see one negative sign in the quotient, you're going to have also one negative sign. Okay, so because this negative, it can be for 18, it can be for 3, it can be for the whole fraction. We don't know exactly this negative belongs to what number. So negative, definitely you're going to end up with a negative quotient. Next, here I have two negatives. So 5 divided by 1, that's a 5. Negative and negative, they will turn into positive. Same sign, we are happy. Okay, next one, 24 divided by 6, that's a 4. And I got one negative, it's going to be in the quotient. And this is positive because they're both different. Okay, so different signs, the quotient of two different signs will always be negative. Different, we are unhappy. Unhappy, we're negative. Or you just can say, I got one negative, I'm going to put it in my quotient. One negative, I'm going to copy it in my product. Okay? So here, negative and negative, they turn into positive. 10 divided by 1, that's a 10. And the answer will be positive. Same sign, positive. Okay, guys. Okay, here we have a scuba descends. So descends 63 in 18 seconds. What integer represents the change in the diver's position in feet per second? So here I have descends. That means it's negative 63 in 18 seconds. I need to know that what change every second is happening. Okay? So that means I will divide by 18. You can do to solve this long division. Okay, but I think the questions are direct. You don't need to do long division, but just in case, practice it. So write the timetable of 18 and so on. So you write the timetable of 18, 36, 54. So the answer will be negative 3.5. Okay, 3.5. You want to write it as a mixed number, as a decimal, feel free. This is a good question. Which one is equivalent to negative 5? In order to know the answer, you guys have to calculate, evaluate each one of them. So 55 divided by 11, that's a 5. 55 divided by 11, that's a 5, but it will be negative. I have a negative sign. 55 divided by 11, that's also a 5, but it will be negative. I have one negative. Different signs, negative. Same sign, positive. Different sign, I got one negative, negative. And this one, I will calculate it first. 55 divided by 11, that's a 5. That will be positive, okay? Because negative and negative, they turn into positive. We're happy. Same sign, we are happy. But I have outside a negative, so the final answer will be negative 5. So which one is equal to negative 5? We can say this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay? So in order to find which one is equivalent, you guys have to evaluate each one of them. Be careful for this one. First of all, you have to find the inside, find the answer, evaluate the inside, and then take the sign, put the last sign of the outside. And that's it. The same idea here, which one is equivalent to negative 7? Divide. You'll need to find the answer of each one of them and see which one will give you negative 7. Okay, this is a good question. Look how she did it. 0 times negative 7, that's a 0, that's correct. But can we divide any number in life by a 0? We cannot do that. This cannot happen, because when you divide a number by a 0, it's undefined in math. It should be 0 divided by negative 7, which is what? A 0. Okay? So girls, keep this tip for you in the future. You cannot divide any number by a 0. It's undefined. 0 cannot be in the bottom of the fraction, of any fraction. Okay, so it's a stuck. Okay, so that's it. Try to practice more. Try to solve the questions in your book. Like I said, if you want to go deeper, go to the extra practice worksheet. The more you practice, the more you become fluent in this. Okay, so that's it for multiply and divide. And good luck, ladies. See you when I see you.